Blast me to the mortal realms! It's time for the Mad Merlins review of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer, issue 53 by Hachette Partworks and Warhammer. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer video review. And today we're on issue 53, which is a paint issue. So not the most exciting of issues, but we are starting to learn all about how to add layers to our models with the brand new paints that we get. So Stormhost Silver and Ogryn Camo there. And wow, that is a really dusty pot of Stormhost Silver. So that's been in storage for quite some time. But yeah, we also learn all about the different chaos cults that are around in the mortal realms. And we have a bumper paint guide using our brand new paints. So let's dive in and we'll take a look at the issue. But before we do, don't forget to of course do all the usual, which is like the video, subscribe to the channel, drop me a comment down below. How are you getting on painting your models? Are you enjoying the paint guides? And are you enjoying improving your skills as we get new paints? Finally then, there's all the links in the video description, including my Patreon page, where you'll be getting exclusive first chances to view all my content. Right, now we'll take a look at issue 53. So, open her up. And yeah, that is just really dusty. Wow. So as you can see, it's kind of definitely been in storage for a while. It's not the best. That seems to have shook up fairly well. But yeah, we get a nice bright silver to highlight all our metallics, which will be pretty useful. And second off, we get Ogryn Camo, so we're going to start highlighting all our orcs and our Sylvaneth with their green leaf details. So we've got quite a lot to go through. We have a fold out and we have of course our issue. So I'll just adjust the camera a little bit and we'll take a look through. Right, into issue 53 we go. So we learn all about the Realm of Light. We have Signs of a Chaos Cult, and we have that fold out focusing on the Armies of Haish. We also have our Champions of Haish as we enter a new realm, so we can choose where our characters come from in the Realm of Haish. We have our paint guide looking at our new paints. We have battle traits for the Sylvaneth, Gloomspite gets battle traits, destruction tactics, and we have our brand new Forged in War mission, Essence of Genius. So, taking a look first off then at the Realm of Light. So, light shines bright and clean over pristine deserts. The landscape lies in rune-like patterns, ordered and pleasing to the eye. This is Haish, the Realm of Light. Here all is illuminated, and seers and the wise can pluck truth and knowledge from the radiant air. So a pretty standard sort of force you'd find in Haish, or Haish, is the Lumineth Realm Lords, the Light Elves, basically. So these are descendants of the god Teclis and Tyrion, the twin gods. And yeah, so yeah, Haish is a beautiful area, pristine, and usually free from the malign forces. But yeah, this isn't always the case. During the Age of Chaos, the Dark Gods did run amok and tarnished quite a lot of land, but we are slowly taking it back from them. So the Realm Stone of Haish is the Aether Quartz, which is a translucent yellow tinted sort of Realm Stone. Very nice. So yeah, Land of Illumination. Haish is a land of bright illumination. Here all is laid bare to see, and hidden truths are exposed to those who are attuned to the realm's magic. And like the rest of the mortal realms, there is of course still war going on within Haish. So yeah, war in the realm of light. It's no stranger to conflict, and many bloody wars have been fought on its soil. Here we see Lumineth facing off against the Khorne Bloodbound. Up next then, we have another in-lore article. This is the signs of a Chaos Cult. Attend, faithful disciple, to the words of Brother Moonclan. The forces of darkness close in about us. Heed the teachings of Sigmar's devoted servant and renounce corruption. So, yeah, Mr. Moonclan here has given us a nice little bit of text to read, all about how to look for the signs of a Chaos Cult and who to tell in case you find one. Though I'd be careful, you might be labelled as aiding and abetting that Chaos Cult. But yeah, so we have the immoral infestation to read about, and it's nice to see some cool artwork for Skaven there. So yeah, nice clan molder sort of force here with a giant rat ogre and some pack masters. And then we see an Eshin assassin there sneaking through the darkness. So yeah, just if you do see any signs of a Chaos Cult, notify your local witch hunter, and they will deal with things, even if that does sadly mean dealing with you. Because if you know all about chaos, you are pretty much corrupted anyway. So moving on, we've got a brand new article on how to give our characters heroic origins if they hail from Haish. So yeah, roll a d3 and another d3 to pick your hero origins, then our unit origins, and our creature origins. So this is going to be very beneficial to people like me who is not really built and painted anything. So once we get all the articles, we can then decide where our force is going to come from. I think with Sylvaneth, as they have a very bright bark, I think they might be hailing from Haish or Haish. So yeah, that could be quite a nice little thing for me to roll on later on when I get around to it. Moving on anyway, we have our paint guide, and we're looking at using our brand new paints. So a very rare issue that actually has a paint guide for the paints we get with it. As with some previous issues, we've had like one paint covered and the other one not used for quite some time. So yeah, we got a little reminder about how to thin your brush, load your brush, making sure you don't have too much. It's a good idea once you've thinned your paint to clean your brush off and then dip in and take a small amount from your puddle on your palette. And yeah, just don't overload it. And then we got a quick tutorial here on how to highlight. So you want to locate the areas with sharp edges, apply your brush at a slight angle, and then drag towards yourself, picking out that area. Picking out high and low highlights, quite easy using the edge of your brush, if you, most likely. Then areas like here, you're going to have a little more difficulty, but just make sure you're pulling the paint and the brush towards yourself, and you'll be able to follow the curve of the armour quite easily. So yeah, we're using Stormhost Silver to highlight all our gold and silver areas on our Stormcast there. Then for our Cruel Boys, we're using Ogryn Camo in order to highlight all our flesh. So picking out the higher areas, so knuckles, the balls on the wrists, the rib cage and belly, areas on the legs and the feet, the facial details as well. And yeah, there we have our finished Vindictors and Gut Rippers, and yeah, they're looking really good now that they're highlighted, picking out a lot of detail, and they stand out quite nicely. And we can also see the basing put to use on all our models, and how it's really starting to make things really come together as unique as a completed army. There we go, I have no words. Next up then, we have a battle trait for a Sylvaneth, and this is the Places of Power rule. So in this guide you will learn about how the Sylvaneth draw healing powers from the land with a new battle trait. Places of Power allows you to select a piece of terrain that will give your units bonuses when they are close enough. You can review the rules for battle traits on page A, rules 1727.2. So yeah, we basically have after the territory is determined, you pick up to 3 terrain features. These are outside of the enemy territory. These features are considered to be overgrown, and whilst a Sylvaneth unit is within 9 inches of that terrain, they can heal a wound allocated to them. And over the page we have a place of power so we've chosen the ruined fountain here. The Spirit of Durfu is close to it, so you can heal a wound, and we can even use Fury of the Forest here on our Branch Witch, so add 1 to hit and wound rolls for units with melee for attacks made with melee weapons by this unit whilst it's within 9 inches of overgrown terrain features or friendly wildwoods. So yeah, going to be very helpful. Then we have a look at the Gloomspite Gitz battle trait, and this is the Bad Moon's Orbit. So yeah, we basically have a nice battle trait. It's a really complex and in-depth one. We also have a smaller one here, so Under the Light of the Bad Moon. So yeah, just take your time to read it, and if you need to, you do have some tutorials on the back on how to make the most use out of it. So next up then we have a tactics page all about Zarbag's Gitz. So they're a versatile unit, they got various different weapons and abilities. There's quite a lot of them, so not the easiest things to shift off the table, but they are fragile, as are all Gitz. They don't have much of a save, pretty pathetic bravery as well, and yeah, only 1 wound each, maybe more for Zarbag himself. So yeah, they can be pretty much a glass object sort of unit. And then we also have a look at the Moonclan shooters. So they give us a nice bit of range to a otherwise fairly close orientated focused Gloomspite Gitz force. There's a lot of them because we've got 20 of these little guys, but again they are fragile, low bravery, save and wounds don't help these guys sticking around a while. But yeah, they can pack out quite a bit of a punch with those shooters. So before we look at our fold out then, we have our brand new mission. So this is Essence of Genius. So we are picking our force again, so we take 2 heroes and 4 troops from our combined force of Alliance or Destruction, Order or Destruction, whichever you prefer. And then we have our battlefield. So again, our usual victory point conditions, and we have the Aether Court stashes. So once per turn, a friendly hero contesting an objective, that hero may issue a command without using the command point. So that's pretty cool. And then we got mustering for battle. So Ian and Eve are explaining their choices for their picks for their army and how well they did in game as well. So here we see Eve has picked Stormcast Eternal, so we got the Knight Aquilor, the Lord Imperatant, 2 units of Vindictors, the unit of Gryph-hounds, and the Praetors there with the Praetor Prime. And Ian has taken the Loon Boss on Cave Squig, the Killer Boss with Stabgrot, some Fanatics, the Killbow guys, and the Gut Rippers there as well. So yeah, nice way for you to think about what to take in your games. So while we're here, we'll have a look at the future issues. So Sneaky Snufflers, and we learn about the Maggot-kin of Nurgle, plus some more order tactics. Then we get a brand new piece of terrain, our largest piece of terrain to date, which is the Domicile Shell. We learn about the 10 Paradises and the Terrible Wastes as well. So I'm looking forward to that, some nice new terrain pieces to add to our collection. So, last but not least then, we have our Armies of Haish. So, Haish, the realm of light, lies under the constant illumination of a bright light, laying bare the many conflicts that rage across its surface. Here, wisdom is strength, and those who go to war should be wary of the magic that they will undoubtedly face on the battlefield. So we're going to take a look at some of the armies. So as I said, first and foremost, we have the Lumineth Realm Lords there. We have Settlers Gain, one of the cities of Sigmar. We also have the Head Knights of Slaanesh with Sigval the Magnificent, who likes the Light of Haish is great for looking at his own reflection. So we've got a couple of notable areas, so the Settlers Gain, Mount Avalanor, the Pit of Cathartia, and the Desert of Endings. So, Ymetica is foremost amongst the great nations of Haish. It is the largest continent to the segment of the realm that is known as the Ymetrican Geo segment. Wow. Finally then we have the Cypher Lords, who are a Tzeentch cultist, I believe. Doesn't really specify. They're more looking like Tzeentch than anything else. Very Thousand Suns. And we have the Tempest Lords Stormhost in their blue with white and silver trim. A pretty cool looking force. So that was it for issue 53. So let me know what you thought of this issue in the comment section down below. I thought it was a pretty good one. Nice paint tutorials, got some really good articles as well as read through. And yeah, we've got a brand new mission for our campaign to play through, so that'd be quite fun to do at later dates. Other than that, let me know what you think of this in the comment section down below. And until next time, thank you all very much for watching, and stay safe and happy hobbying. Goodbye.